The mining vessel Helios drifted through the debris field of the Carina Nebula, its sensors probing the cosmic wreckage for valuable minerals. Commander Sarah Chen stood at the bridge's main viewport, her dark eyes scanning the glittering field of asteroids and ancient space debris. After 15 years of deep space mining, she thought she'd seen everything the galaxy had to offer. She was wrong. "Commander, you need to see this." Marcus Wong's voice crackled through the ship's comm system. The chief engineer's typically calm demeanor carried an edge of excitement that made Chen straighten in her chair. "Talk to me, Marcus. What are we looking at?" "The scanner readings. They don't make sense. We're picking up energy signatures unlike anything in our database. Whatever's out there, it's big. Really big." Chen pulled up the sensor data on her holographic display. The readings showed a massive structure embedded within the heart of the debris field, its composition defying conventional analysis. Her pulse quickened as she studied the measurements. The object was nearly 3 kilometers long, larger than any human-made vessel in existence. "Dr. Rivera, what's your assessment?" Chen called to their xenoarchaeologist, a recent addition to the crew who'd been studying ancient space artifacts across the galaxy. Dr. Elena Rivera's hands danced across her console, her eyes wide with wonder. "The architecture. It's not random debris. This is intentional design. But the complexity, we're looking at technology centuries, maybe millennia beyond our own." "All stop," Chen ordered, and the Helios's engines powered down to minimal thrust. Marcus prepped the deep scanning array. "Elena, I want every bit of data you can gather. Something this big doesn't just hide in plain sight without a reason." As the crew worked, the debris field slowly parted before them, revealing their discovery. Through the viewport, Chen watched as emergency lights illuminated a massive hull of impossible geometries and materials that seemed to drink in the light itself. The vessel, for it was clearly a ship of some kind, bore marks of ancient battle damage, its surface scarred by weapons Chen couldn't begin to comprehend. "Energy spike," Marcus called out. "Something's happening." Before Chen could respond, a pulse of energy rippled across the ancient vessel's hull. Patterns of light, like circuitry made of stars, began to trace across its surface. The ship was awakening. "All hands, battle stations," Chen ordered, though she knew their weapons would be useless against something of this scale and technological advancement. "Elena, tell me something useful." The patterns, Elena's voice was filled with awe. "They're not random. It's a language, a form of communication, but it's adapting, changing. I think it's learning our own communications protocols." A new hologram materialized on the bridge, its alien symbols rapidly transforming into human-readable text. "Criteria NAT. Initiating integration protocol." "Integration protocol," Chen whispered, but before anyone could respond, a beam of golden light erupted from the alien vessel, enveloping the Helios in its glow. Marcus's voice came through the comm, tight with tension. "Commander, our systems, they're being rewritten, but not destroyed. It's like the ship is upgrading us, teaching us." Chen watched in amazement as new displays bloomed across her bridge, showing capabilities and technologies she'd never dreamed possible. The alien vessel wasn't just awakening, it was choosing them. "Elena, what's happening?" The xenoarchaeologist's hands trembled as she worked her console, now transformed with interfaces that merged human and alien technology. "According to these readings, this ship, it's been waiting, searching for a species that met certain criteria. Commander, I think we just passed some kind of test." Another message appeared. "Human adaptability protociolas compatible. Initiating MERG sequence." The Helios shuddered as the alien vessel's energy field intensified. Chen felt a strange sensation, as if her consciousness was expanding, connecting with something vast and ancient and impossibly complex. "Commander," Elena's voice was barely a whisper. "I think I know what this is. The legends of the precursors, the ancient race that disappeared eons ago. They didn't vanish. They left behind guardians, ships of unimaginable power, waiting for species worthy of inheriting their legacy. And they chose us. Chen asked, watching as her crew's consoles continued to transform, merging human intuition with alien efficiency. Not exactly, Elena replied, reading through the flood of data. They left behind the tools, but what we build with them, that's up to us. This ship, it's not just a vessel. It's a seed, a beginning. As if in response to Elena's words, a final message appeared. Human integration, CUCC is SFUO. Awakening protocol is INITIAED. The Kavor G808s. Chen looked out at the massive vessel, its hull now alive with patterns of light that pulsed like a heartbeat. They had come looking for minerals, and instead found humanity's next great leap forward. But as she watched new signals appearing on their long-range scanners, other species noticing the awakening of this ancient power, she knew their discovery was just the beginning. All hands, she announced, her voice steady despite the magnitude of the moment. Prepare for docking. We're about to make history. The docking procedure with the ancient vessel was unlike anything Commander Chen had experienced in her 15 years of space exploration. As the Helios approached, the massive ship's hull seemed to ripple, creating a perfect docking port that matched their specifications down to the millimeter. It's adapting to us, Marcus observed from his engineering station, now enhanced with holographic displays that merged human and alien interfaces. Learning our technology, our methods. It's beautiful. Dr. Elena Rivera was already compiling data from their initial scans of the vessel's interior. The atmospheric composition inside is being adjusted to Earth normal. The ship isn't just accommodating us, it's transforming itself for human habitation. Chen led the first boarding team herself. As they crossed the threshold between the Helios and the ancient vessel, their footsteps echoed through corridors that seemed to stretch endlessly in every direction. The walls pulsed with living light, responding to their presence. According to these readings, Elena said, studying her modified scanner, the ship's AI is processing information at a rate that makes our most advanced quantum computers look primitive. But there's something else. She paused, adjusting her instruments. It's not just analyzing us. It's learning from how we think. A holographic interface materialized before them, its alien symbols rapidly transforming into English. Human creativity protocoles VTECTE. Initiating collaborative SYNTEs. Marcus whistled low. Collaborative synthesis. It wants to work with us, not just for us. The ship's internal architecture began to shift around them, corridors realigning to match human ergonomics while maintaining their alien efficiency. In what appeared to be a central control room, new interfaces sprouted like digital flowers, each one a perfect blend of human intuition and alien sophistication. Look at this, Elena called out, her hands moving through a three-dimensional star chart. The ship's database. It contains astronomical data from thousands of years ago. Stars that died before humanity learned to make fire, civilizations that rose and fell while we were still hunting mammoths. Chen watched as her crew integrated with the vessel's systems, each person's expertise finding its perfect complement in the ship's vast capabilities. Marcus was already deep in communion with the engineering systems, his eyes wide as he explored technologies that rewrote his understanding of physics. "Commander," he called out, excitement evident in his voice, "the power systems, they're not just advanced, they're adaptive. The ship is taking our understanding of engineering and using it to create hybrid technologies that never existed before. We're not just learning from it, we're teaching it too." A new alert flashed across their displays. Elena's expression grew serious as she studied the data. "We're picking up long-range communications. A lot of them. Word of the ship's awakening is spreading across the galaxy." "Can you decode them?" Chen asked, moving to study the signals. "I don't have to." "The ship." Elena's voice trailed off as the alien vessel's AI translated the transmissions in real time. Multiple species, some known to humanity and others completely alien, were discussing the activation of what they called the Forge. The Forge? Chen questioned. The ship's AI responded with a cascade of holographic displays, showing the vessel's true purpose. It wasn't just a warship or an exploration vessel. It was a mobile laboratory, a testing ground where the precursors had developed their most advanced technologies. They left it behind. Elena breathed, reading through the data, not as a weapon or a gift, but as a challenge. The ship was programmed to wait for a species that could do more than just use its technology. It needed a race that could help it evolve. Marcus looked up from his engineering station, his expression a mix of awe and concern. Commander, these power readings, the ship isn't just waking up. Every system we interface with, every modification we make, it's growing stronger, learning, evolving. The AI confirmed Marcus's observation with another message. Human innovation proto-cols exceeding expectations. Forge capabilities expanding beyond original parameters. Chen felt the weight of the moment settle on her shoulders. They had stumbled upon something that would change the course of human history, but the increasing number of alien signals suggested they weren't the only ones interested in this discovery. How long until they get here? She asked, watching as more signals appeared on their long-range scanners. Belina studied the data streams. The nearest ships are already changing course. Hours, maybe less. Then we have work to do, Chen decided, turning to address her crew. Whatever this ship was in the past, whatever the precursors intended it to be, its future is in our hands now. Let's show the galaxy what humanity can do with a forge of creation. As if in response to her words, the ship's systems pulsed with new energy, its hybrid human-alien interfaces becoming more sophisticated with each passing moment. They had limited time to understand and master their discovery before others arrived to claim it. But as Chen watched her crew work in seamless harmony with the ancient vessel, she knew they had already proven why the ship had chosen them. The real test would be what they chose to create with it. The first alien vessels emerged from hyperspace in a cascade of reality-bending distortions. Commander Chen counted 7 ships of varying designs, their weapons already charged and targeting systems locked onto the forge. Multiple contacts, Elena announced, her hands moving through the hybrid interface with practiced ease, despite having only hours to learn its operation. 3 Drachnid warships, 2 collective high ships, and something else. 2 vessels of unknown configuration. Marcus's voice came through the internal comm system, tinged with both excitement and concern. Commander, you need to see what the ship is showing me. These aren't just random arrivals. They're representatives of the most technologically advanced species in known space. The Forge's AI confirmed Marcus's assessment, displaying detailed analyses of each approaching vessel. The alien ships represented the pinnacle of achievement for their respective civilizations. Yet compared to the Forge's potential, they were children playing with toys. Incoming transmission, Elena reported. All channels, all languages. Let's hear it, Chen ordered, straightening in her command chair, a perfect fusion of human ergonomics and alien technology. A chorus of voices filled the bridge, each speaking in their native tongue, while the Forge translated in real time. Attention, human vessel. You have inadvertently activated a Class X restricted artifact. Stand down and prepare for boarding. This technology is beyond your species' development level. Chen smiled slightly, watching as the Forge's systems continued to evolve, incorporating human intuition and creativity in ways that even its original builders hadn't imagined. Marcus, are those modifications to the defense grid ready? Better than ready, Marcus replied. The ship, it took our suggestions about shield harmonics and created something entirely new. They won't be expecting this. All approaching vessels, Chen broadcast, her voice calm and measured. This is Commander Sarah Chen of the Earth mining vessel Helios, currently integrated with the vessel you know as the Forge. We have no intention of standing down. The response was immediate. The Drachnid vessels moved into attack formation, their angular hulls bristling with weapons. The collective high ships began deploying swarms of autonomous combat drones. The unknown vessels held position, watching. "They're powering up weapons," Elena reported. "Multiple target locks." "Show them why the ship chose us," Chen ordered. The Forge responded with breathtaking efficiency. The hybrid defense systems that Marcus had helped develop sprang to life, creating shields that existed in multiple phases of reality simultaneously. The first volley from the Drachnid ships passed through empty space where the Forge had been milliseconds before, the massive vessel shifting between dimensional states using principles of quantum mechanics that humanity had barely begun to theorize about. "Return fire?" Elena asked, her hands hovering over the weapons controls. Chen shook her head. "Not yet. Let them learn." The Collected's drone swarms were next, thousands of autonomous weapons converging on the Forge from all directions. The ship's response showcased the perfect merger of human creativity and alien technology. Instead of destroying the drones, the Forge reached out with fields of reprogrammed quantum energy, turning the swarms back on their masters with enhanced capabilities. "Commander," Marcus called out, "the ship's AI is suggesting something. It's incredible. The Drachnids are preparing another attack run, but we could." "Do it," Chen ordered, trusting her engineer's judgment. The Forge's hull rippled with new patterns of energy as it implemented the human-inspired modification. When the Drachnid vessels fired again, their energy weapons were caught in fields of inverted spacetime, the destructive power feeding back into the Forge's systems, strengthening it. "By all known laws of physics, that should be impossible," Elena breathed, watching the data streams. "We're not just defending ourselves. We're rewriting the rules of engagement." The unknown vessels suddenly began broadcasting on a private channel. When Chen accepted the transmission, a holographic figure appeared on the bridge, a being of crystalline structure and shifting light. "Fascinating," the alien entity communicated. "You've had control of the Forge for less than a standard solar rotation, yet you've already expanded its capabilities beyond our projections. Perhaps we underestimated your species." "We get that a lot," Chen replied. "Are you here to attack us as well?" "Quite the contrary. We are the observers, tasked with monitoring the Forge until a worthy species claimed it. The others came to steal it. We came to witness." The Drachnid and collective vessels regrouped, their commanders clearly shocked by the failed assault. Chen could almost feel the Forge's satisfaction through its neural interface, not pride in its power, but appreciation for how humanity had helped it grow. Final warning. Chen broadcast to the attacking ships. "The Forge chose humanity for a reason. We don't want to demonstrate why." "They're powering up weapons again," Elena reported. "All ships, including the collective high ships that just lost their entire drone swarms. Either they're incredibly brave or incredibly desperate. Or they're afraid," Marcus suggested. "Not of us, but of what we might become if they let us keep the Forge." Chen nodded, understanding the truth in his words. "Then let's show them exactly what they're afraid of. Marcus, initiate that new defense protocol you were theorizing about. Elena, plot a course through their formation. It's time to demonstrate why the Forge chose human creativity over alien firepower." The battle that followed would be remembered across the galaxy for generations to come, not for its destruction, but for how it ended. When the dust settled, the attacking ships were disabled but unharmed, their crews forced to witness the birth of something unprecedented, the true awakening of the Forge under human guidance. As Chen watched the disabled ships drift, the observers transmitted one final message. "The trial is complete. The Forge is yours, humans. Show us what you will forge with it." In the weeks following their first battle, the Forge transformed under human guidance. What began as integration became true synthesis, with humanity's understanding of science expanding exponentially, while the ancient vessel learned to think in ways its original builders never imagined. Commander Chen stood in what they now called the Innovation Chamber, watching Marcus and Elena work with the Forge's AI to develop technologies that defied conventional physics. Holographic displays filled the vast space, showing experiments happening across multiple dimensions simultaneously. The quantum processing matrix just accepted another human-inspired modification, Marcus reported, his eyes gleaming with excitement. We hypothesized that consciousness itself could be used as a computational medium. And the Forge, it took that idea and evolved it into something extraordinary. Elena nodded, manipulating a simulation of space-time with gestures that had become second nature. The ship isn't just learning from us anymore. It's learning how to learn. Each breakthrough leads to 10 more possibilities we never considered. The Forge's AI manifested a new holographic interface, its communication now a seamless blend of human intuition and alien precision. Human creativity, so untie and uis to xe the original parameters, initiating and do evolution protosols. Chen watched as the ship's internal architecture began to shift again, not just adapting to them, but anticipating their needs. Walls became transparent or solid based on thought patterns, and corridors rearranged themselves to optimize workflow in ways that seemed impossible, yet felt perfectly natural. "Commander," Elena called out, her voice tight with sudden tension. "Long-range sensors are picking up something different. Not ships this time. Something bigger." The Forge's displays shifted, showing a massive disturbance in space-time, spreading across multiple star systems. Data streamed across the screens in both human and alien languages, describing an anomaly that seemed to defy the laws of physics themselves. "It's them," Marcus whispered, reading through the ship's historical databases. "The threat that made the original builders hide the Forge. They're coming back." The AI confirmed Marcus's assessment, displaying ancient battle records that showed civilizations falling before an enemy that consumed not just matter and energy, but reality itself. The precursors hadn't hidden the Forge out of fear. They'd hidden it to preserve hope, waiting for a species that could help it evolve beyond its original limitations. "Show me our current capabilities," Chen ordered, her mind already racing through tactical possibilities. The Forge responded by displaying its system's status, now exponentially more powerful than when they'd first found it. Human creativity had helped it develop defenses that existed outside normal spacetime, weapons that could rewrite the laws of physics locally, and shields that adapted to any form of attack. "It's still not enough," Elena said quietly, studying the data. "According to these simulations, even with our improvements, we're still not ready to face what's coming." Chen smiled, recognizing the familiar tone of human determination in Elena's voice. "Then we'll have to get ready. Marcus, remember that theory you had about using quantum entanglement to enhance the Forge's processing power? The one that the AI said was impossible according to its original parameters." Marcus grinned. "Already running new simulations with our latest innovations. The impossible is starting to look pretty possible." The Forge's AI seemed to pulse with new energy as it processed their ideas. "Human capacity for conceptual evolution exceeds alien species. To repairing to implementate HEURETICAL protoxeols." The ship's entire structure hummed with power as it began incorporating the latest human-inspired modifications. Walls rippled with patterns of energy that reflected the merger of human imagination and alien engineering. In the space of hours, they accomplished what the original builders had thought would take centuries. Multiple breakthroughs in quantum mechanics, dimensional physics, and consciousness integration, Elena reported, her fingers dancing through streams of data. "We're not just improving the Forge anymore. We're helping it become something entirely new." "New contacts," Marcus called out. "The observers are back, and they've brought friends. A lot of them." Chen watched as ships from dozens of species appeared at the edge of their sensor range. But unlike their first encounter, these vessels weren't arriving to challenge them. They came to witness. The Forge displayed their communications. "We have been monitoring your progress. The evolution of the Forge under human guidance has exceeded all projected outcomes. We come now not as watchers, but as students. Commander, Elena's voice was filled with wonder as she analyzed the new data streams. The quantum anomaly, the threat that's approaching. The Forge is showing me something incredible. All these species, all their combined knowledge and technology. If we work together, guide them the way we've been guiding the Forge. Chen understood. Humanity hadn't just inherited an ancient weapon. They discovered a new way of thinking about technology itself. The Forge wasn't just a ship anymore. It was becoming a blueprint for evolution, a testament to what could happen when human creativity met alien precision. Open communications with all vessels, Chen ordered. Tell them we're about to attempt something unprecedented. If they want to learn, now's the time. As alien ships moved closer, eager to witness humanity's next innovation, the Forge's AI displayed one final message: preparing for species-wide integration. Human innovation, protocols well-jubied QOLECTIV evolution. The real test still approached through the quantum anomaly, but Chen felt only excitement as she watched her crew prepare to teach the galaxy how to think beyond the impossible. The Forge had chosen humanity for their creativity, their ability to imagine what could be rather than accept what was. Now it was time to prove that choice right. The quantum anomaly loomed before them, a writhing tear in the fabric of reality that defied description. Commander Chen stood at the helm of the Forge, now the center of the largest fleet ever assembled in known space. Ships from over 30 species surrounded them, their crews linked through the hybrid interfaces humanity had helped develop. Final integration check. Marcus called out from his station, where holographic displays showed the status of their combined fleet. All ships are synchronized with the Forge's enhanced systems. They're ready. Elena's hands moved through the air, manipulating data streams that connected every vessel. The quantum network is stable. Every ship is now operating as an extension of the Forge's consciousness, guided by human intuition. The enemy emerged from the anomaly like a nightmare given form. Massive vessels that seemed to exist in multiple dimensions simultaneously, their hulls composed of matter that absorbed light and hope alike. These were the entities that had driven the precursors to hide the Forge, that had consumed countless civilizations across eons. They're scanning us, Elena reported, watching as the enemy ships probed their defenses. Their technology, it's beyond anything in the Forge's historical records. They've evolved too. Chen nodded, feeling the combined consciousness of their fleet through the Forge's neural interface. But they've evolved in isolation, following a single path of development. We've brought something new to the equation. The enemy's first attack came not as weapons fire, but as a wave of reality distortion that threatened to unravel the very laws of physics around them. In the past, such an assault would have been unstoppable. But humanity had taught the Forge to think differently. Initiating countermeasures, Marcus announced. Implementing protocol imagination. The Forge responded with technology born from the merger of human creativity and alien precision. Instead of fighting the reality distortion, they wrote it, using principles of quantum surfing that Elena had conceptualized during a late-night discussion about ocean waves on Earth. The enemy paused, clearly surprised by their survival. Chen smiled. Show them what else we've learned. Across their fleet, ships began implementing the strategies and technologies developed under human guidance. Vessels phased between dimensions in patterns that resembled dance choreography. Weapons fire curved through impossible angles, guided by algorithms based on music theory. Shields adapted using principles derived from human immune systems. They're responding, Elena warned. Multiple quantum breaches forming. Enormous entities emerged from the tiers in spacetime, their forms suggesting geometries that shouldn't exist. The enemy's ultimate weapons, designed to break not just matter but the will to resist. But humanity had prepared for this too. The Forge's AI implemented what they called the Story Protocol, technology based on humanity's unique ability to find meaning in chaos, to imagine better endings even in the darkest moments. All ships, Chen broadcast, her voice carrying across their neural network. Execute Operation New Chapter. The combined fleet moved as one, their formation shifting into patterns that the enemy's predictive algorithms couldn't comprehend. Each ship became part of a larger narrative, a story written in quantum states and dimensional shifts that rewrote the rules of engagement. The enemy's reality-warping weapons met shields inspired by poetry. Their time distortion attacks were countered by defenses based on musical rhythm. Their dimensional breaches were sealed by technology that operated on principles of narrative causality. "It's working," Marcus reported, wonder in his voice. "Their attacks, they can't adapt to our methods. They've never encountered anything like this." Chen watched as the enemy fleet fell into disarray, their perfectly ordered attacks crumbling before strategies they couldn't predict or counter. The Forge had evolved beyond its original parameters, guided by humanity's gift for seeing possibilities where others saw only limitations. "They're retreating," Elena announced. "No, they're trying to retreat. The quantum anomaly is becoming unstable." The enemy vessels attempted to flee back through their dimensional breach, but the Forge was ready. Using principles inspired by human theories about cosmic harmony, they began to seal the quantum anomaly itself. "All ships, final phase," Chen ordered. "Let's close this chapter for good." The combined fleet moved into position, each vessel adding its power to the Forge's efforts. Energy patterns based on musical harmonies resonated across space-time. The anomaly began to collapse, taking the enemy fleet with it. In the aftermath of the battle, as the Allied ships celebrated their victory, the Forge's AI displayed a message that brought tears to Elena's eyes. "Human imagination, HA is HC shade IVED wet 4C alone could ninote. The 4G is nino longer a weapon. It is AACATALOST, or evolution." Chen looked out at their fleet, at the beings from across the galaxy who had learned to think in new ways thanks to humanity's guidance. "So what now?" she asked. "Where do we go from here?" The answer came not from the Forge's AI, but from the combined consciousness of their allies. "We follow your lead. You've shown us that the universe is wider than we imagined, full of possibilities we never dreamed of. Humanity hasn't just saved us. You've taught us how to dream." The Forge hummed with power, its systems now permanently transformed by the merger of human creativity and alien technology. They had faced the nightmare that haunted the precursors and emerged victorious, not through superior firepower, but through the uniquely human ability to imagine new ways of solving problems. As Chen gave orders to stand down from battle stations, she realized that this wasn't an ending, it was a beginning. Humanity had proven itself worthy of the Forge not by mastering its power, but by showing the galaxy a new way to evolve. "Plot a course," she ordered, smiling as the Forge's enhanced sensors showed countless unexplored regions of space. "We've got a lot more stories to write."